Shine, rise and shine. Shout out to everybody out there giving thanks. Giving thanks for all the little things in life, man. It's hard, but you gotta try to surround yourself with those who know how to enjoy the little things in life, who are grateful for the little things in life. If you could find someone that's grateful for the little things and the simple things in life, man, you got you one. It's hard. You know how it's hard to find someone who's content with the simple things in life, who's content with simplicity. God just wants you to be a simple man, a simple woman, a person of love and respect for all, not just for yourself and not just for those that are like you, but for all. Because when everybody's doing good, everybody's gonna be good. When everybody's doing good on earth, the earth will do good. But when there's people on earth that are fucked up, the earth gonna be fucked up. It produces what it's producing what we're putting into it. So we're putting in some fucked up shit to the world, into the earth, fucked up people. We're bringing in fucked up people, fucked up places, and fucked up things. The world's gonna be a fucked up place, man. It's gonna be so fucked up. So shout out to all y'all, man. Living simple, you know, enjoying thyself. There's some laws, man, that were laid down. Simple laws. When you really sit back and you think about it. Simple laws, man. It's so simple, even a caveman could do it. Real talk, man. The laws that God laid down, the laws that God laid down are so simple, even a caveman could do it, man. Even Luke could do it, man. God, that's how simple these laws are, man. Even Luke could do it. God just wants to see beautiful, healthy people. Beautiful, healthy people, man. That's what God want to see. Shit, that's what I want to see. I want to see beautiful, healthy people, man. I don't want to see nobody strained up. I don't want to see nobody sick. I don't want to see nobody overweight. I don't want to see nobody just glutton. I don't want to see nobody lazy. Oh man, I want to see everybody getting it, looking good while they're getting it. Man, get it, man. That's what we were created to do. We were created to look good, man. What you talking about? The fruits the tree produces, man. You get blessed when you're obedient. When you're obedient, you get blessings, man. Blessings on blessings on blessings. And that's why you get so much hate. Because the world's gonna hate you for being obedient to God. The world hates those who are obedient to God, man. That's just what it is. See, we're in a world that is against God and against the laws of God. So it's gonna be against all those who are obedient to God and who are obedient to the laws of God. They gonna hate you, man. See, kingdom of heaven is at hand, but when you speak those words, you don't even know that the kingdom of heaven is at hand at all times for anybody and everybody, because you could die right now. You could walk out your house right now, boom, something happened. And there it is. Kingdom of heaven was at hand. And you didn't even know it. So the kingdom of heaven is at hand for everybody. were placed on this life. We were placed in this life. This life is like a road. There's two roads. Jesus said there's two roads. He's on one of them. He's the way. There's one road that leads to heaven, and it's very narrow. They said it's a road that very few travel. So yes, we're in this life, and there's two roads. There's a narrow road and there's a wide road, and the wide road leads to hell. Jesus said, you follow me, you follow my ways, you follow my road, the road that I'm on, and it will lead you to where I'm at. That's why they were like, well, that's when he says, you know the way to where I'm going. And they're like, we don't know where you're going. You need to tell us where you're going. I am the way. You live like me. You follow my ways. It's like you're following me down this road. You got to follow the person walking down the road. So in order to follow the person walking down the road, you got to walk like that person. You can't just walk down that road. You got to walk like those that are on that road. There's a certain walk to that road, you know, like in Dune, the movie Dune, where they gotta walk a certain way through the desert so that it doesn't send vibrations to that fucking animal, that beast. There's a certain way you gotta walk. There's a certain way you gotta walk. You know how some people walk with a limp? Well, there's a certain way you gotta walk. That's why they say to walk with Jesus. There's a certain way you gotta walk down that road, because that road, you can't just walk down that road. You gotta walk a certain way down that road. So you're in life. There's two roads, the good road and the bad road. Jesus is the way. He's teaching you what road to go on, how to get on that road. Okay? Because when the kingdom of heaven is at hand for anybody at all times, it could happen right now. That's why God don't matter what road you were on yesterday, what road you were on a year ago, what road you were on 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It don't matter, because when the kingdom comes and the kingdom brings its hand down upon thee, when the kingdom of heaven brings its hand down upon thee, that's when it matters what road you're on. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be right now. It could be in 50 years. When the kingdom of heaven decides to bring its hand down upon thee. And when it does, it don't matter what road you were on 10 years ago. It matters what road you're on when the kingdom of heaven brings its hand upon thee. When the kingdom of heaven brings its hand upon thee, that's when it matters. What road are you on? And it could be at any time. You gotta stay. That's why you say stay close to me. When you're walking with someone and you stay close to them, there's no way you can't walk on the street that they're walking on. If you're staying right there, walking with them, walking right there side by side, whatever street they go, you're gonna go. You're gonna be right there. We say stay close to me. Without me, you could do nothing. Without me, you could do nothing. So there's two roads. And there's so many people on the wrong road right now. The kingdom of heaven is at hand for a lot of people. How do you know? How can anybody tell me the kingdom of heaven is not at hand for a lot of people when we're in a war right now? And we're about to step into a bigger war right now. And people are about to die. Millions of people are about to die. So yes, the kingdom of heaven is at hand for millions of people. It could the next bomb that drops could be on you. Could be on me. But there's bombs being dropped. Many bombs are being dropped right now. And many more are coming. So yes, the kingdom of heaven is at hand right now for a lot of people. Whenever the earth enters a huge ass war, the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. People are finna die. That's what people don't understand. It might not be the end of the world for you, but yes, it's about to be the end of the world for a lot of people. For a lot of people. World War III, nuclear war, means the end of the world for a lot of people. So yes, millions and billions. We step into a nuclear war, millions and billions better wake up and realize the kingdom of heaven is at hand for many people. Because it could be me who dies tomorrow. It could be you who dies tomorrow. So for someone to be yelling out the kingdom of heaven is at hand, they're not lying. You need to listen up. When times of war, read the pattern. In the Bible, when they were screaming all that, it was war. Because when it's war, real war, I'm talking about people finna get blown up and die. That type of war, yes, the kingdom of heaven is at hand for a lot of people right now. Because bombs are going to be dropped. That's why God don't matter what you did a year ago, 2 years ago. It matters what you're doing now. Because when they drop that bomb, the kingdom of heaven is at hand for a lot of people. And what road are you on when that hand of heaven comes upon thee? That's what matters. Because it's not going 20 years ago. The hand is coming down right now. If the hand of God comes down and picks you up right now, and you are taking everything you're doing right now. What are you doing? Who are you today? That's why a lot of people's 20 years ago is not 20 years ago, because they're still doing what they were doing 20 years ago. So it's not 20 years ago. The only way, true repentance, they say, is when you let go of your sin and you no longer sin no more. You walk away from it. The world has brainwashed people to think that you literally have to sin. There's some people right now walking among us, they haven't sinned in years, man. Look at your grandparents, how long they have. They don't do nothing. There's people who can do it, man. It could be done. But when you're hanging around with fucking wrong people in the wrong places, it cannot. You're a tree that is growing. And a tree cannot grow if the environment is not right. It will wither and die. And that's why I said the axe is at the trunk of the tree already, man. People are finna get cut down and thrown into the fire or taken where they need to go. Protected. So, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That's why you must prepare yourself. You gotta prepare yourself, man. You can't save your spouse. You can't save your kids. You can't save nobody, man. That's why God don't want you to bring no one in. Because when you bring someone into this world, it's not a guarantee they're gonna follow God's laws. So what does that mean? Where are they going? Because you brought them in. I promised I would die 1,000 deaths before causing any pain, but somehow I end up killing everything. You can only save yourself in here, because if you got to do the work, the inner work. You got to do the spiritual work, the physical work. When you bring a child into this world, there's no guarantee that child is going to follow the laws of God. So what did you do? You brought this person in, and look at where that person is going now. Because not your fault, but because they chose. We all choose. We all have a choice to do right and do wrong. And why are you going to bring a child into this world when you don't know what kind of choice they're going to make? And the choice is real. The choice is real. I don't know what my child's going to be like when it comes into this world. And I'll be damned if it makes the wrong choice. So you got to do what you need to do to prevent that choice. That's why you can't be going around laying with all these people, laying with all these women, bringing all these kids into this world. And there's no guarantee that kid you're bringing in is going to follow the laws of God. So where is that kid going? Where is the kid that you brought into this world going to go? Because they chose not to follow the laws of God. It's not your fault, but you brought them in. That's why God's against it. People say, how is God against bringing kids in? Because if you read the Bible, then you know who owns this world. You know who rules this world. Read the Bible. This world is not God's. So you're bringing a child into the devil's world. The devil owns this world. The devil owns you. The devil owns me. If you're sinning, the devil owns you. And if your child comes into this world sinning, then guess who the devil owns as well? That child. When you commit sin, the devil owns you. You are now his property. This is his world. So why would you bring a child into his world? And if they don't follow the laws to get out of his world, the Matrix is his world. He created this world. That's why God says that is not my world. That is not my kingdom. That down there belongs to him. And there's laws you got to follow to get out of his kingdom. Because this is not God's kingdom. He is the trickster of tricksters. He tricked everybody into thinking this is God's world. God himself says that is not my world. That world belongs to the evil one. The only way out of that world is to follow my laws. Because if you do not follow my laws, he owns you. You are property of him. You are his child. You follow my laws, you are my child. See, people don't understand what it is to be a witness for God. People claim they're the witnesses. We the two witnesses, we the witnesses, and they ain't seen shit. In order for you to be a witness, you gotta see shit. You gotta go into where it is. You think undercovers they don't go into where the depths of shit is? What do you think undercovers are? You don't think God has undercovers? What do you think his witnesses are? You go in there and you see what's going on in the world. The witnesses, that's what the witnesses do. God, the witnesses of God who are going to stand up and give testimony and judge the world because they saw what was being done in the earth. They're witnesses. For you to be a witness, you got to be able to see. That's why God will send you into the casinos so you can see what's going on. See, there's some who are in the casinos partaking in the wickedness that takes place in the casinos. But there are some who are in the casinos as witnesses of what's going on in the casinos. He'll send them into the hood so that they can be in the hood, and they're standing there and they look camouflaged. They look like they belong in the hood, but they're witnesses for God. God sends his witnesses. Don't ever think he does not send witnesses. How can you be a witness if you've never seen what you have to be able to stand up and give testimony in God's name. I saw this. I saw that. You give testimony. You're a witness to God. What do you think a watchman is? A witness. He's standing up there. He's watching everything. He's witness to everything that's going on. God sends his witnesses out. You go in there because the witnesses of God can go into dark places and not become like those dark places because they're not there. They weren't there sent by the devil. They were sent by God into dark places. You don't think angels gotta go into dark places? Yes, they have to go into dark places. But these are the fruits they will produce. This is how you know these are God's witnesses. And this is how you know that this is God. These are God's sent, heaven sent. They call them heaven sent because they can walk amongst snakes and scorpions untouched, which means they could go into places that other people, they could go thrown into a net that others get caught up in. They won't get caught up in it. God can send them in there, and what contaminates all the others won't contaminate them. The Spirit of God is in them. And they can walk amongst snakes and scorpions. They can walk in this place and that place and that place untouched because they're there. They're the eyes of God. God has his eyes, his witnesses. And they watch what's going on in this world. They see what's going on in this world. See, the witnesses don't just see what others don't see. See, that's another fruit of the witnesses of God. They see what others don't see. But I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the things that they see that others do see as well. People want to act like they don't see what's going on. But they see what's going on. But they turn the other cheek and they act like they don't see what's going on. God's witnesses, they see what's going on and they let it be known. They let it be known to the people so that the people could open their eyes and see what's going on as well. You can't be a witness of God and be weak in sin. Because God needs his witnesses. God has to send his strong-willed sheep into dark corners and know that that white sheep is not going to come out tainted. Those are the witnesses of God. He sends them into places. He says, go in there, see what's going on. Come back and tell me. See with your own eyes. I want to see what you see through your eyes. And I want to see if you see it. So go in there and tell me what you see. Tell me what you see going on in there, in those dark places. When he took Ezekiel up and he told Ezekiel, I'm going to take you into the dark corners and I want you to see with your own eyes. I'm going to take you here. He says, move that thing right there and walk through it. He was taking them. He takes you. God will take you and let you see with your own eyes. Not just so that you could see, but God wants to see. Do you see what I see? Because if you see what I see, then you have the eyes of God. I'm giving you the eyes of God. That's what God will give you. God will give you his eyes. You will start to see what God sees. You will become his eyes. That's what you do when you are granted the position of the witness, of the watchman. See, you can't have these positions when you're partaking in what the world is partaking in. You're upholding what man gives you instead of what God gives you. See, this world doesn't understand that the whole world has been engulfed in what man gives them. That they are now rejecting everything God gives them and what God sends them. God could send you a fucking good-hearted person. They want to start taking you to church. They got all this money. They're everything. And you will reject them. All because they want to take you to church and they're trying to get you to read the Bible and all this. You will reject this beautiful, wonderful, amazing gift from God. Because you don't want to change. God is amazing. God works in mysterious ways. So mysterious it throws people off. It flies over their heads. What God is trying to do in people's lives. But what the devil's trying to do, they see it clear as day and they allow it. But what God is trying to do in people's lives, they are blind to it. Who God is trying to send in their lives, they're rejecting them because they're good people. They're goody two-shoes. Like, what kind of world do we live in when you will reject someone who's trying to get you to do good, trying to get you to eat right, trying to get you to live right, trying to get you to stop doing things that are fucking your body up, trying to, like, people will come into your life trying to get you right, and the world will reject these people. Like, no, I don't need to change. I don't need like nothing. When God's trying to improve you, level you up, he said, but they cling to the ones that are trying to destroy their lives, the ones that are trying to take them into dark corners, the ones that are trying to take them deeper into the darkness, deeper into the fucked up lifestyle. They're not trying to help them and trying to elevate them and trying to get them healthy and trying to get them right and trying to level them up. They're trying to destroy them. But the world sees everything that the devil's giving, but don't see nothing that God gives. Nothing. There's positions. When you're not partaking in certain things of the world, you're given positions in God's army. We are the spiritual war. God is the most high warrior. What man? I pity the fool who thinks that a man can create something greater than God. Even war. God created all things. The art of war, who do you think God created the art of war? God is the most greatest artist of all art, including war. In the art of war, you got to remember, the art of war, as above so below, in the spiritual and the physical, psychological warfare. That's one of the devil's main tricks. The devil loves to use psychological warfare. Remember, we are in a spiritual war. This is the art of war. And psychological warfare is the best way to break your enemy down. And the devil knows that. But so does God. So does God. So when the kingdom of heaven is at hand, like it is right now, and we're about to step into a war, and millions of people are going to die, it is safe to say the kingdom of heaven is at hand, because millions of people are going to be stepping in front of the kingdom of heaven soon to be judged. And what road are you on? Because in this life there's two roads, a broad road and a narrow road. And Jesus was on the narrow road, and the way to Jesus is by changing your ways, by changing your dark ways, pulling away from the dark people, dark places, dark things that have you and your soul in darkness. Start mastering yourself, start getting self-control over your 7 deadly sins. You must start getting control over those. And if the kingdom of heaven comes down upon thee and you are not ready yet, but God at least sees that you are trying, blessed are those that will be forgiven for trying. Because there's some who are trying to get on that road, and there's some who are not. And God has great mercy. And God will be able to say, well, you were living all this time, and right when the water started popping off, you started changing your life. You know what? I will forgive you. Ezekiel 33 says, if you change your life, none of your evil things, nothing evil that you ever did will be remembered. And you will be forgiven. And if you're righteous, and the kingdom of heaven comes down upon you then, and you choose to go negative again, none of the good things you did either will be remembered. He says, so how can you not call me just? If a person that was evil his whole life decides to change, he will be forgiven. Even if he did the most evil, he will be forgiven. And if a person was the most righteous and he turns from his ways, everything that he did will be forgotten. So how is that not fair? You change, you will be forgiven. You don't, you will be forgotten. The Bible says that God had a meeting with all the other gods. They said, let's create humans in our image. So some do not belong to God. And that's truth. Not all of us down here on earth are children of God. Not all of us belong to Jesus. That's what he said. Those who do what I command, those are my friends. If you do what I command, those are my friends. So that means that if you're not doing what he does, what he commands, you're his enemy. Because remember, remember, there is no in between. There's either love or hate. There's either friend or foe. There's either friend or foe. And what was his command? Love one another as I have loved you. Love one another as I have loved you. That's what he commanded. If you do that, then you his friend. He's with you. And you also, he said, to honor the Father. And the Father was the 10 Commandments. But if you love one another as I have loved you, the 10 Commandments will fall into place all on its own when you do that one commandment. When you love one another as I have loved you, when you respect one another, when you're honest to one another, when you're friendly to one another, when you help one another, when you rebuke one another. Because remember, he says, the those you love, you rebuke them and you correct them. He said, when your brother does you wrong, you rebuke them. You rebuke him. And if he asks for forgiveness, you forgive him. But you still got to rebuke him. Jesus said it. When someone does you wrong, you got to rebuke them. You got to let them know, hey man, you did me wrong, man. That was not right. And they must make it right. They must ask for forgiveness, because if they don't, then they go stay far away from them. Stay far away from them, man. Stay far away from a person that does not ask for forgiveness and apologizes. Stay far away from a person that does not apologize, man. I'm trying to tell you this. Why? Because they don't give a fuck. That means they don't give a fuck. That's why he says you rebuke them and you let them know you did me wrong, man. What's going on? And if they don't apologize, and guess what? They don't give a fuck. Their pride too much that they don't give a fuck. But those you love, you rebuke them. You have to. All parents rebuke their children when they're doing wrong. You don't think God does? You don't think your brother and sister, you're supposed to rebuke each other until they get each other right? Keep each other on the right path. There's a difference between judging and rebuking. That's what people don't understand. There's a big, they can't see the difference in it. They see, if you rebuke someone, you're judging them. Simple as that. No, there's a difference between rebuking and judging. Because how can you tell someone how can you rebuke somebody if you're not right yourself? The only way you could rebuke someone is if you ain't doing what they're doing. Or you both are doing the same thing and you're rebuking each other. You couldn't be able to rebuke that one person without rebuking yourself. So you would be like, hey man, what the fuck, man? We're fucking up. We're not doing our shit. We gotta get together. We gotta get our shit right. We're fucking up. That's how you rebuke each other righteously. What the fuck, man? We ain't living right, man. We can't be doing this shit. This shit bullshit, man. And then you rebuking each other. Because there's some people there's couples who do that. Hey man, we ain't living right. We gotta get some more money. We gotta do this, and they get right. They rebuke each other like, man, what the fuck are we doing? Like this, boom, they get themselves right. There's organizations, hey man, we fucking falling apart. We gotta get this shit together. And they get it right. They have a meeting. They rebuke each other in that meeting. Rebuking isn't always bad, man. You rebuke those you love. You see someone not doing right. Hey man, you ain't doing right. You ain't living right, man. You gotta get right, man. You know they could get right, but they ain't wanting to. You rebuke them. It's not judging, man. But how can I sit here and tell you, hey man, you got to get your body right, but my body ain't right? That's why Jesus says you can't tell someone to remove the splinter from their eye when you got a board. Remove the board first. Then, he says, and then you will be able to. So all these people are telling you, man, if you got those shoes on, you can't tell anyone to take those shoes off. But if you ain't wearing those shoes, you could tell people how to untie those shoes and take them off. But until you take those shoes off yourself, you can't be going around telling people how to take their shoes off. to take your shoes off, man. You're walking on holy land. Teach people how to take their shoes off, man, and walk on holy land. God will take off his shoes and give you his shoes. That's what God will do. Jesus will tell you, you heard the saying of the person to take their shirt off their back? Or what about the person that'll take their sandals off their feet and give them to you on 130-degree weather outside? Yeah. Burning as shit. If people take, oh, he'll give you his jacket in the rain. He'll take his shirt off his back. And Jesus will take his sandals off his feet and give them to you and stand on 130-degree fucking concrete for you. Like, it ain't shit. Take my shoes. There you go. They might not fit you, but you can stand on them. Shout out, man. Always remember, the world, they don't take a liking to nothing that God gives. They want everything the man gives. They uphold man. There's a lot of people here on earth, they uphold man. They sponsor and they invest in everything man creates. They're trying to do away with everything God creates. Even humans. God created humans. They're trying to do away with humans. With these AIs, they're trying to fill the fucking streets and buildings and businesses and everything. Where you look, it's going to be AIs. They're trying to do away with everything God creates, man. Y'all don't see it. The world don't see it, man. That's why I sit back and they talk about the witnesses. Y'all, how y'all witnesses? Y'all don't see it. How are y'all prophets when all of you eat meat? Show me a prophet that ate meat. You see all these people running around. I'm a prophet. Show me in the Bible where the prophets ate meat. All these motherfucking prophets. Straight cannibals. There's fruits you have to be able to produce, man. If you claim to be an apple tree, you need to be able to produce apples. You can't sit around claiming to be an apple tree and you don't got the strength to produce apples. Why do you think there's a certain criteria that has to be followed? God makes it hard for a reason. Because there's going to be many who are false. How are you going to know they're false? Because they're not going to be able to exhibit the strengths that are needed. You can't sit here claim to be a prophet and you ain't even got the strength to pull away from meat. Prophets have spiritual strength that others do not. That's why not everyone can do it. Why do you think not everyone can pull away from eating that shit? Because God makes it hard. You have to pull away from meat. You have to pull away from alcohol. You have to pull away from a lot of man-made shit, man. Pull away from what man creates. That's one of the fruits that you have to produce. You can't call yourself a prophet when you're running around eating pork and chicken and beef and all. No. That's why God made it that way. So you will see the difference. You will be able to see the difference, see who's who. Because many will come with the words, but they will not be able to produce the fruits. Butterbean prophet. Look at this butterbean so-called prophet. Stop it. You need to exhibit strengths. God does not pick people who are not going to be able to stand up and uphold his laws, uphold his strengths. That's why the one for the butterbean prophet, the plague that he's trying to speak upon people will be brought upon him. Will be brought upon him. Butterbean prophet. You will know who he is when the plague that he speaks falls upon him. Assassinate God's character when you do that. You go around claiming to be a prophet and you have no strengths to show. Give God a bad name. You give God a bad name when you claim to be a prophet. You ain't even got strengths to show. You can't even pull away from eating meat. You can't even pull away from fucking alcohol. You can't even, come on now. You can't even maintain your eating. God honors those who honor him. God honors those who can show the world. God gives you strength, man. You don't think God loves it? The world loves people who could represent the movies or fucking Subway, McDonald's. Yeah, do a commercial for us. Do a commercial for us because because of their image. God's the same way. But he doesn't want nobody coming around with no fake ass strength, no man-made strength. If you're gonna represent God, you need to represent God, not what man gives. That's what people don't understand. Look at what the prophets were. They were coming representing what God gives to sustain, what God gives to make strong, what God gives to heal. They don't honor man-made shit. God says, I want someone to stand here on the stage who can exhibit my strength, the strength that I give, not the strength that man gives. I want my people here, my children, to stand up and say, this is everything I got. God gives, God provides. There's many who are gonna come and claim to be this, claim to be that. But there's a criteria, there's a blueprint. When you get the Bible, you read the blueprint, what it is, man. So many are gonna come. They're not gonna have the strength to pull away from eating animals. They scream out, they shout out from the mountaintops, I'll give up my life for Jesus. I'll give up my life for Jesus. They can't even give up eating meat for Jesus. They can't even give up drinking for Jesus. They can't even give up going to certain places or hanging around with certain people for Jesus. What makes you think they'll give up their life? That's why there's things that need to be done to show strength. You got to be able to show strength. You got your strength. You got the strength to give up your life. You got the strength to give up your life, right? So many people shouting from the mountaintops, I'll give my life for Christ right now. I'll give up my life. I'll give up my life. I'm a true believer. I'll give up my life. But they can't even give up eating meat. They can't even give up drinking. Where is the strength? You know what type of strength it takes to stop eating meat, to become a vegetarian? You know what type of strength it takes? People don't know because they don't even try it. Until you try it, then you'll know the strength it takes. So if they don't even have the strength it takes to give up eating meat, what makes you think they'll have the strength to give up their life for Christ? When your heart is in on something, when your heart is truly in with something, when your heart is truly locked in with something or someone, you're going to go all the way out. So if your heart is truly locked in, conquer eating flesh. Locked in for Jesus. Do it for Jesus. And see what type of blessings come your way. See what type of blessings come your way. See how healthy you get. See how your whole world gets better. There's people who are going to say they got strength, man. To pull away from this, pull away from that. They ain't going to have strength to pull away from nothing. They're going to be trying to tell you God ain't real. The people who ain't got strength to pull away from eating meat. The people who ain't got strength to stop drinking. The people who ain't got strength to stop doing fucking man-made drugs, cocaine, meth, pills. The people who ain't got strength to stop doing that are the ones telling y'all that God ain't real. The ones telling y'all that the Bible's fake. The ones telling y'all this. The ones telling y'all that. The ones who ain't got the strength, the ones who, if you ain't got the strength to exhibit this, the spirit is not there. But those who got the strength to exhibit this, the spirit is with them. God is there with them who are exhibiting the strength. Why? Because God, he honors those who honor him. He honors those who honor him. He needs people like us who can stand up and say, man lied to you. You could be strong and healthy and everything with God, what God provides. You can follow those 10 commandments. Don't make the world think that you can't. When you pick up those 10 commandments and you look at them, man, it's so easy. A caveman could do it. Literally. Man, pick up those 10 commandments, man. Pick them up, man. The world it's a sad place, man. I was a sad person at a time. I was a sad person to not be able to follow those at a time. But you know what made it hard to follow those 10 commandments? The environment. The environment. We are all trees, man. We are all trees. We are all plants. That's why Jesus referred to us as trees who produce fruit, good fruit or bad fruit. And a tree cannot grow if the environment is not right. I don't care what kind of tree you are. I don't care what type of tree you are. If the environment is not right, you're going to die and you're going to wither away. That's how trees are. You think you could grow a tree in 0-degree weather? You think you could grow a tree in 180-degree weather? The environment has to be right for you to grow. And if that's for a tree, just imagine a human. If the environment has to be right for a tree to grow, just imagine how right the environment has to be for a human to grow. And the devil knows that. To make the environment so fucked up that these seeds are not going to grow. That's all you got to do. If you know a gardener, and I tell you, gardener, what can I do to stop all these seeds that have been planted right now? All these fucking seeds that have fallen and been planted right now, that are gonna grow to be beautiful and powerful trees, and they're gonna. I just need to stop all this from happening. What do I need to do? And the gardener's gonna tell you, well, shit. First of all, just make it so where the seeds don't even grow in the first place. Well, how do I do that? Make the conditions. What kind of conditions do these seeds need to be for them to grow? Well, it has to be right. It has to be room temperature. It has to be perfect. The temperature has to be right. Okay, well then make the temperature so fucked up that there's no way they're gonna grow. And that's how the devil works. He says, you're right. I will make the environment so fucked up that there's no way these trees are gonna grow. And that was the mission he's doing. But guess what? Seeds, everything in this world adapts. Everything in this world adapts. So the devil, what the devil did without realizing is he made the conditions so fucked up, thinking that the seeds were not gonna grow. But the conditions that the devil made is what gave the seeds the strength. So they were like the roses that grew from concrete, the oak trees that grew from concrete, the palm trees that grew from concrete. That's what the chosen are right now. The children of God, they are the seeds that grew from concrete. That's why they were grown in the worst conditions on earth. A lot of us, the ones who have went through the worst conditions, that's what gave them the strength. So what the devil did was only make us stronger by making the environment harsh. Because we were the trees that sprouted through harsh conditions. We sprouted through those harsh conditions that the devil brought upon the world. Everybody tried to destroy all the seeds all over the world by making the world the worst environment ever, so there was no way for these trees to grow. But they ended up growing anyway. Just took a little longer. Late bloomers due to the conditions. That's all it was. That's why the black sheep are the black sheep. It wasn't because they were the black sheep. It was because of the conditions that made it look like it was the black sheep. There was never nothing wrong with the sheep. There was never nothing wrong with the children of God. There was never nothing wrong with my trees. It was the conditions that the devil threw upon my children. That's why he said the burden that you have placed, that you yourself can't even carry. You put a burden on the children of God. You and your children put a burden on God's children. Made the conditions for all of us so fucked up. Because like produces like. In their laws, like produces like. Which means you make the conditions fucked up, it's going to produce things that are fucked up. You mix shit with shit that's fucked up, it's going to produce shit that's fucked up. So if I make this world fucked up, it's going to produce everything that's fucked up. That's why Ezekiel was given the words for the generation to understand. And this generation don't understand proper words. They only understand harsh, fucked up words. And that's why the prophets were given the language of this generation. That's why so many of them have foul mouths. Because God will give them the mouth, he says. I will give you the tongue of those people, those stiff-necked people, so that they will understand you. And if the only language and words that these fucked up stick-necked people understand is shit, bitch, and fuck you, well then guess what, children? You go with their language, and you shit, bitch, and fuck them. Because that's what they understand. You can't go to this generation with proper words. They won't even understand half the things you're saying. You come with proper words. See, God gives you the language that the people that he's trying to wake up. He's not trying to wake up the righteous with the proper words. He's trying to wake up these that are stiff-necked and fucked up. So I will give them the language that they will understand. That's why a lot of these people don't understand why who God is sending. Why God's sending these yes. He says, I will craft them like them. I will make you like them so that they will accept you and understand you and listen to you. That's why you got to read the scriptures. Blessed are those who know the scriptures, man. When you say blessed are those who know the scriptures, they're blessed because they know God's words. Because God's words are the scriptures. And that's why you're blessed. Because you know God's words. God could come down right now and say, son, daughter, do you know my words? And you could stand up and say, yes, I know your words, Father. I've read your words. And he will say, that's why you're blessed. So all y'all out there, you gotta stay strong. These people trying to break your faith. You're listening to people who ain't got no strength. You can have all the physical strength you want. Spiritual strength is where it's at. Spiritual strength is where it's at. Because the body gets old. The spirit is eternal when you take care of it. No matter how good you take care of the body, it's still gonna get old. You take care of your spirit, that's eternal. There's things that God said to do that will take care of not only your spirit, but your body. Because not everything that's good for the body is good for the spirit. But everything that is good for the spirit is good for the body. That's why the laws that God gave, they weren't to fuck you up. They weren't to be straight. It was to keep you healthy. Keep us healthy, strong, and blessed. Because you're listening to my words and my commands. I say don't eat that, it's gonna get you sick. You eat it, you get sick. You get mad at me. You feed it to your kids get sick and they die. And you curse me. Because you fed them what I told you not to. You're feeding your kids what I'm telling you not to. And they're getting sick and dying. And you're blaming me. That's what God says. That's what God says, man. So many things in the Bible that it says not to eat. And there's so many people getting sick and wondering why. And then they turn and blame God. They turn and blame God because there's things he said do not eat. These things will get you sick. Not only will they get you sick, they'll get your kids sick. And you don't want to listen. You still want to give them this and give them that. And feed them this and feed them that. And overfeed them. You know how many parents are overfeeding their kids? And then the kids get sick and die and they blame God. And they hate God because of what they did, of the laws they disobeyed. When you're young, you have an excuse. But when you're older, you have none. Because when you're younger, you can say, I didn't know no better. But when you're younger, you can say, my parents never told me. But when you're older, your parents are irrelevant. It's you. What you got going on now? You can get mad at God. All these diseases, cancers, brain tumors, sicknesses. The Bible says don't eat this, don't eat this, don't eat this. Think because you eat it one day? No, over time, it does something to your body. That's why he says stay far away from it, period. Because yes, you can eat it here, there. Over time, it's going to take effect. And then when you have children, you've been eating this since you were a kid. And then you have kids. And then the sickness that comes out in your kids. Because remember, God says, I will punish your kids for what you do. So you're over here eating these things that God's telling you not to do. Then your kid comes out a certain way. And then you blame God. There's certain reason why God says stay away from these foods, man. They got certain things in them that fuck you up. It doesn't have nothing to do with the fucking spiritual. These things have things in them that will get my children sick, and I want them to stay away from them. But the devil loves to see you sick. The devil loves to see when you're sick, throwing up and all fucked up, in pain. That's what the devil loves, man. That's what what people don't understand. And and just like God scattered all these seeds, just like God scattered all these seeds on the ground, and the devil's trying to make the conditions so fucked up that none of the seeds grow. The devil planted his seeds. Who's gonna stand up and say, I don't know what I'm talking about? Even Jesus said it. The devil planted his seeds. He's letting them grow up together. That's why I say there's a lot of people down here on earth. You don't belong to God. And your fruits are going to show. You're going to reject them. You're not going to have one word to say, because remember, the Bible says God planted his seeds and the devil planted his. So not everybody down here belongs to God. That's what people keep on. That's one of the tactics of war too. One of the tactics of war is to make you think everyone around you is on your side. Oh, we're all children of God. No. That's one of the tactics of war. To make you, for you to be unaware that you're surrounded by enemies as well. Oh, we're all children of God. No. Jesus said God scattered his seeds and the devil scattered his. And the fruits will show. Well, who are they? The fruits will show. God's children, God's seeds are of love. You're going to see it in these people. These people are going to be of love, forgiveness. They're not going to be perfect, but they're going to be far from not. They're going to be far from evil. The devil's seeds, well, they're going to be producing what the devil's about. That was the art of war. When God scattered all of his seeds, the devil said, oh, you know what? I'm going to scatter all of mine as well. You won't be able to tell who's who. If I make them all look the same. Well, how are you going to tell? Well, an apple tree is going to produce apples. An apple tree is going to produce apples. An orange tree is going to produce orange trees. An orange tree is going to produce oranges. A banana tree is going to produce bananas. A tomato vine is going to produce tomatoes. That's how you're going to know. Because not all people down here are the children of God. The children of Jesus. They're not. That's why he said, the Father scattered some seeds, and so did the wicked one. They're letting them grow up together. So not everybody down here belongs to God, man. And you're going to see, they're going to produce the fruits. They're going to be evil. They're going to be wicked. They're going to be engulfed in lust. They're going to be gluttons. The 7 sins. They're going to be engulfed in the 7 sins. Why? Because those are that's who created them. The creator of that is the creator of them. God scattered some seeds, and they're going to be fighting against the other seeds. So yes, they're going to be battling with the flesh. They're going to pull away. They're going to pull away from the darkness. Because you can't exhibit a lion can't be a lion if he's not a lion. Like a cub is just not just magically turned into a lion. It has to be the lion for it to be a lion. So for you to exhibit certain strengths, you couldn't exhibit those certain strengths if those things were not in you. If you are not that. That's why, like these prophets, they claim to be prophets. They have to be able to pull away from me. If they can't do it, then that means in ancient times you were not that. Because if you were that, you would exhibit the strengths of that. You would be able to do what those people do. A surgical doctor could do surgery because he knows it's in him. He knows it. That's him. You gotta understand that this world is designed for everyone to go against God. And when you look around and you see how how dedicated the world is, you gotta ask yourself, why are they so dedicated? Because this is real, man. Why do they go out their way to disrespect God? Why do they go out their way? Why are they so determined to turn the world against God? Because it's real, y'all. Think they would give a fuck? Think they would give a fuck if this shit wasn't real? They're so determined and dedicated. Because the time is getting close. It's what they call crunch time. They go harder. When it's almost over, it's crunch time. You gotta go as hard as you can. And get as many as you can. Deceive as many as you can. Entrap as many as you can. Mislead as many as you can. It's crunch time. That's why they've been, just like God sent his sheep out. The devil sent his wolves out. When God sent all his sheep out with the message, the devil sent the wolves out to destroy the message. The wolves, he sent them out. These are the wolves, I'm going to tell you so you know who they are. The wolves are the ones to destroy the sheep. How do you destroy the sheep? You mislead the sheep from the shepherd. The farther you get the sheep away from the shepherd, the better chance you have at devouring the sheep. Because if the sheep is near the shepherd, that wolf ain't getting close. That wolf ain't getting close to the sheep when the sheep is near the shepherd. So he scattered them out. And that's how he's trying to get them, with the wolves he sent out to mislead them, to put fear in them. Sheep, do not be scared when God is with you. That's why it's crunch time. They're trying to deceive the world, mislead them. And destruction is coming simply for the destruction of the children. That's what people need to realize and understand what's about to take place, what God is about to do. The destruction God is bringing is because of the destruction mankind is doing to the children. Mankind is destroying the children's lives, destroying their minds before they even understand what a mind is. The world is blind to what the world is doing behind the scenes to the children. And that's why all this destruction is for the children. You know what they said? They say studies show that when you sacrifice a child, that it truly does rain. The FBI have conducted studies that if you sacrifice a child, it does rain. So I don't know why they would say that, because now I'm wondering who the fuck conducted these studies. They said it was the FBI. If a person goes to fucking jail for spanking a child, just imagine where a person should go for conducting studies of sacrificing children, for one. And for two, where did you get these children to conduct these studies? And they just say it openly. Studies show that when you do sacrifice a child, they said the FBI was conducting studies because they could incorporate it in warfare of sorcery. They started getting into seeing how sorcery could be used in warfare. And they said studies show that it is a proven fact due to the studies of the FBI that when you sacrifice a child, that it does rain. And that's why the ancient civilizations were doing it. Maybe because there's truth to it. So I sat back and I asked myself, why would they say this publicly? First of all, who conducted these heinous studies? And where did you get the children, the test subjects, to conduct these studies? So now they have to answer for that, is what I want to say. How come the world has not gone after this shit? They have publicly said that studies show, FBI studies have shown that when they sacrifice a child, it rains. Where did you get these children that you conducted these studies from? And they wonder why God is going to destroy the world. He's not destroying the world because it's fucked up. He's going to have to destroy it. There's no other thing to do to stop what's happening to these children. See, you who are out there walking about, or you who are just sitting back watching TV, or you who is just an everyday person, they do not see what the eyes of God sees. These heinous things, these heinous studies, these heinous crimes that are going on with the children. Everybody wake up, they go to work, go home. They don't hear the screams. They don't hear the cries. They don't hear all that shit. They don't see what's going on. The heinous things that are going on to the children. But God does. And if this is the only way to put a stop to it, then there's the only way to put a stop to it. So always remember, man, what world we live in, what type of world we live in. There's heinous things going on to the children. There's nothing new under the sun. They were sacrificing their virgins and sacrificing their sons and their daughters to their gods, sacrificing them to the devil, sacrificing all that shit. See what they do. They've been doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And people think it just stopped. They don't build the coliseums no more. What do you think fucking the stadiums are? All these football stadiums. They don't build coliseums no more. What do you think these football stadiums are? There's nothing new under the sun. It's the only thing that there's just eyes and shine, man. Eyes and shine. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't. If you're a witness, you've been given. If you're a true witness of God, you've been given the eyes of God, man. You're gonna see what God sees. God's gonna show it to you. There's no way you're not gonna see it. You are a witness. God is literally going to take you by the hand and walk you here, walk you there. You're going to enter here. You're going to enter there. You're going to go these places. You're going to go to these places because you're His witness. You're God's witness. And God is going to take you here, take you everywhere. And He's going to show you, look at this, look at this, look at this. You think I'm lying? Look at this, look at this. You think I'm lying? Look at this, look at this. God reveals all things. God reveals all things. You're His witness. When you're a true witness, He's going to reveal all things to you. You're going to see things that everyone sees. You're going to see the things that no one sees. And you're going to see the things God sees. So the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. Because bombs are going to start dropping. Gases are going to they're gonna spray shit in the air. Chemical warfare, people have forgotten. People tend to be, they're so focused on bombs. They're so focused on bombs, not realizing that Iran plays with chemicals. Iran plays with chemicals, man. They're smart. See, people who drop bombs, atomic bombs, they're stupid. Because they drop that shit, it fucks up everything. Chemical warfare, well, I'm sorry, that's the best way to go. Because it's like a fumigation. Or they've been doing it forever. This is the way they work. They poison people, man. The Pilgrims poisoned the Indians. They gave them blankets with smallpox, killed them off, got them sick, and then fucked them up. Well, they were all sick and dying. Give them gifts of poison. Chemical warfare is dangerous. People are looking up, waiting for a bomb to drop, when the fucking the poison is right there on their plate. Right there on their plate. And in their eyes, it's righteous because you guys shouldn't be eating the things that they're putting the shit into anyway. See, because that's how they'll do it. They'll put it into the shit that God is saying not to eat. Because you shouldn't be eating it anyway. And that's how they justify it. That's how they justify it. They put the shit into the shit that the Bible says not to be eating. Because you people shouldn't be eating it anyway. And that's how they'll justify it. They always do the plagues. Chops down the warriors. How can you go to war when all your people are sick? When all your soldiers are sick? How can you fly a jet? You know what type of mental state you have to be? Clear as day. You can't be under any sickness, any nothing. How can you fly a jet when you're sick? Remember, these countries, they play with chemical warfare. You don't need to drop no bomb. They'll spray some shit in the air. They'll spray some shit in the air, the whole city will be dead. War is not a joke. When World War III is about to kick off, the kingdom of heaven is at hand for millions, man. Millions. Change your ways, man. Change your ways. And you just, when people don't realize, when you do truly change, so many people are gonna turn against you. That's just what comes with it. Because so many are not gonna change. So all those who refuse to change are gonna now be against you. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. When you decide to change, everyone that does not change with you is gonna turn against you. You have to be ready for that. But that's why a lot of times people who do that, they move far away from the path and they start a new life. Because when you change your life, everyone around you damn near is going to be against you and against it. So you're going to have to start over. Start fresh. That's why Jesus said, my mom, my dad, my son, man, the people who are with me right now, that's my family. Because you're going to start over, man. You're going to start over. Because everyone who doesn't change with you is going to turn on you, man. So stay strong. Stay strong, man. Always remember, a fruit of God is beautiful change. When God comes into your life, things start to change. That's a fruit that you're going to start seeing. When the devil comes in your life's going to change. That's a fruit of the devil. But there's two ways to see what is what. When God comes in, your life starts changing for the good. Why? Because you're doing good now. God's going to start rewarding you. When the devil comes into your life, things are gonna start changing for the bad. Destruction gonna come into your life. Chaos, all type of the fruits of the devil. You need to learn how to discern the fruits. Don't go by the image, go by the fruits. Rest in peace.